What is up, everyone? LMC Gaming here. Got another video for you tonight. Main reason for this video is the Angelmon Garden. It's coming to the end of the day today. I've had a very busy day. I haven't been able to do the Angelmon Garden yet. But you can see here my magic shop. It's getting pretty late in the day, but just checking the magic shop. Finally, this is like the first time in 2 days they've had a mystical scroll. So the price of these things in the magic shop, 137,200 mana stones. So that's a decent amount, but you know what? I think it's worth it. For me, I think that's a very fair priced amount of stones to spend for a mystical scroll. So I'm going to go ahead and buy this sucker here, and let's start off the video with something a little fun. We all like mystical scroll summons, so who knows, maybe I'll get lucky on this one. I doubt it, but for the last 2 days I haven't had a single one to show you guys. Look at that, max monsters. I definitely apologize for this one. It's probably because I've been farming the Pymon Volcano so much, trying to level up some of my units here, that I have a whole bunch of Hellhounds or something taking up all my inventory space. Come on, Com2US, if anybody sees this, please increase the amount of monsters that you can hold. 100 is not enough. I'm sure lots of people have this problem where they have over 100 monsters. Now I could easily get rid of quite a few of these, and I need to do that. So I will be doing that soon. But right now, let's just yeah, look at all these fire hellhounds. It seems to me like ever since the update that they kind of killed the drops on the 3 stars in Pymon Volcano. Has anybody else been experiencing that? Let me know. Send me a comment here. Oh, this is why too. I did the Red Angelmon dungeon yesterday, and look at all these Red Angelmon I got. They're taking up my inventory space. So as you guys can see, I'm working on my Wind Sylph. He's definitely a he. It's not a she. He's starting to get up there in level. I want to get him level 35. Then I'm going to awaken him, get some runes on him this week. I can't wait for that. It's going to be a huge boost to my team. So if any of you guys are lucky enough to summon this unit, hang on to him. He's going to be a great leader for your team. He's going to increase the speed of all your units in the arena. That's the main reason that I like him. And he's also got a AoE attack, so he's going to help me do some stuns in the arena. I've already talked about all that stuff. So okay, hopefully I have enough room to do my one mystical scroll summon. Alright, here we go. Big money, big money. No lightning. That's the first water lizard man I've got, though. A lot of people are asking me about the new units. Quite a few people have these lizard men, and from everything I've read, the wind one is pretty good. Nobody's really done much tests on these monsters yet, though. Let's take a quick look here for those who are interested. I know some of my subscribers have these lizard men, and they're just starting to build their team, so they're looking for 3-star monsters and which ones they should keep, which ones they should get rid of. And you know, it's all pretty subjective. You know, Summoner's War does a pretty good job of making every one of the monsters useful in some situation or another. So don't just get rid of a monster because somebody says it's not good. Look at how it's going to fit into your team. This one, it's a defense unit. That's the first thing you should look at when you're looking at these 3-star monsters. What type of a unit is it? Me, personally, I like to blitz other units, make the battles short, especially if you're not doing much arena fights right now. If you're just doing dungeon fights, go for some attack monsters. That seems to be pretty important. So this says it's defense, so that means its defensive stats here are going to be higher overall than other monsters that might have an attack stat. Attack stat will have higher attack power. So this right here gives a clue for the monster whether or not what kind of runes you should be putting on it. Now defensive monsters are good to put on your arena defense team. There's quite a few that are better than others. Like this girl right here, it says she's support, but I consider her defense. The Water Epicon Priest. I don't want to get too much into monsters here. This is not the reason for the video. But let's just take a quick look at this water lizard man. Decreases the inflicted damage from opponents of wind attribute by 50%. So that's just his passive skill. So he's very strong against wind monsters. It's going to be very difficult for a wind monster to kill this monster. Attacks all enemies, inflicts continuous damage for 3 turns with a 50% chance. The attack power increases according to defense, and the damage increases by 30% for each removed harmful effect. So there's a lot going on with this skill here. Is it really that good? You know, continuous damage in arena, really not that powerful. The one difference to that, where continuous damage is super powerful, I'm gonna say is the Wind Ninja. If he attacks right, he can put like 5 stacks of continuous damage on you, and that hurts a lot. Every time that monster gets ready to attack, that's taken down like 25% of his hit points. He might even be able to put 6 stacks of continuous damage with one attack, that Wind Ninja. So I'm not usually looking for this continuous damage effect. You know, the one place that it's good is in like Giant's Keep or end level element dungeons. If you can load up the boss with continuous damage, you know, that's huge. So they do have a place, but if he's only putting on 1 stack of continuous damage, even though it's for 3 turns, it's going to take 3 attacks of the monster he puts it on to get 15% of the hit points down. So that's not so good there. This seems like the more defense that the monster you're attacking, the more your attack power is good for. So that's interesting. You know, there's all these monsters have unique skills. So I don't know how good this is really. I can't really comment. I don't think this water lizard man's going to be that good. Weakens the enemy's defense and inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns with a 15% chance. So this just doesn't seem that good to me. He's not going to have high attack power. I personally wouldn't use this unit. Does that mean he's bad? No, that does not mean he's bad. It means he can be a very situational monster. And for me right now, I don't have time to level up this monster. I have all these other monsters, and I have my own ideas on which ones I want to go with. Especially once you start getting 4-star monsters, those are the ones you probably should be focusing on. Their stats are going to be better overall. Some of them are going to have really good skills, you know. So I'm not saying don't level up this water lizard man. I'm just saying maybe it's not the best choice, especially if you're a new player. New player, I don't recommend it. Alright, moving on. I'm already starting to ramble. My videos are always way too long. But thanks everybody for saying you like my long videos. That's good. I do appreciate that. It means I'm not just wasting your time with these long videos all the time. Alright, main reason for doing this thing, Rainbow Garden. Sorry we didn't get to this sooner, everybody. Let's just take a quick look at this. It's only going on for another 8 hours for me here. This is B1. I'm sure we're going to get to B2 and B3 here pretty quick. I think it's going to be very similar to my Fire Angelmon dungeon that we did. But let's just blow it up and see what happens. I don't think this is going to be too difficult for me. So okay, it looks like it's starting out the same way. You got one big fat Angelmon here. Let's just knock him down, see what happens. He's going to split into 2, I'm pretty sure. Look, he didn't even get to do an attack on me. But remember, this is B1. So I am going to focus on the second one, because I'm pretty sure once we kill one of these little ones, it's going to take that monster's hit points down to 1. So it makes sense to get all these down to 4. And what really would make sense, well, this is working out just fine. My Rauk's just blowing up all of them, because he's got that passive ability. If he kills a monster, he gets to attack again. So that was super easy. No big deal there. Let's see what we get. Okay, we get a 2-star Rainbow Mon. That's cool. You know, we can turn that 2-star into a 3-star, and I'll show you what you should be doing with your Angelmon when you get those, the rainbow ones at least. Oh yeah, they're asking me, you can't purchase it. Are you sure you don't want to? Oh wow, that was kind of weak. I can't even do a B2 or a B3? Come on. I can only do this once. Oh, that was kind of a letdown, guys. Well, hopefully some of you other summoners got like a 3-star Rainbow Mon or something from this. Let's take a quick look here. So I'm going to be doing a video here coming up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grind Giant's Keep with my Imp team, which is probably the fastest way to do it, but you don't always succeed, which is very frustrating. But I'm just going to grind this out for like an hour or two, just continuously do Giant's Keep. Then I'm going to speed it up for you guys, so it's going to go a lot quicker. It should at least 6 times as fast. So the video should hopefully only be like 10 to 20 minutes, but it's going to be a whole bunch of different Giants runs. So you guys can quickly see how to do the battles very quickly, and you'll also see what my drops are. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. I'm going to do that shortly because I'm looking for some rare runes. I want to put some despair runes on my wind Sylph here. So I'm going to try to get some of those tonight. Hopefully the video turns out good. I'll be posting that later, so stay tuned for that. So for this Angelmon here, all these Rainbow Angelmon, you'll get them randomly if you're doing like the dungeon, magic dungeon. You should get some of these Rainbow Mon. So they already come max level. So the only thing these are really good for, oh yeah, somebody was asking me, I think it was Jordan, he posted a comment, how do you set your rep monster? How do you make sure you don't lock monsters? Because he had apparently locked a monster that he wanted to use as level up material. So this is how you do it here, Jordan. You go into the monster tab, you go into your info tab here, you click this wheel, and then you set you can unlock your monster here. So right now it's locked, so you can't use this monster as fodder. If the check mark's off, you can. You can only set one rep monster. So your very strongest monster, set that as your representing monster. And that's the one that all your other friends are going to see and be able to use if they're friends with you. So pick your strongest monster. Mine is this 6-star Julian here. So that's my rep monster, and I have him locked because there's no way I ever want to use him as fodder. So all your strong monsters, you can see which ones are locked. There's a little lock key here, a little lock icon. So that's that. Let's go ahead and level up this Angelmon. I say level up, 3-star it. Whoops, picked the wrong thing there. Here we go. And another one of my users posted a different player for the PC to use. There was another comment on a different video that said, how did you get BlueStacks to work? He was obviously having graphics problems with it. It wasn't working. And I told him, a good idea is to try to update your graphics drivers. Now, if that doesn't work, I don't really have any other suggestions. So let's just let's get rid of these. These are, these came from the Dark Dungeons from the Halloween event. I'm not going to need to hang on to these two guys, so we can use them to evolve this Rainbow Mon. It already comes max level, like you guys can see. So we'll just go ahead and evolve this. It's going to turn into a 3-star Rainbow Mon here. Now, I've tried to turn these 3 stars into 4 stars by leveling them up, and they say use a Rainbow Mon. It used to be a tip in this game where it would come up, sometimes it says Lucian, and then it would give a tip down here when your screen's loading. It had one that said try leveling up Angelmon with other Angelmon. Well, it never really did anything. It was just kind of a big waste. You might as well just use a normal monster instead of your Angelmon to level up other Angelmon. It didn't do anything special. You would think, oh, maybe it'll turn a 3-star into a 5-star if you use other 3-star Angelmon. It never did that, so that was just a bad tip from Comp2US. So what I recommend now that we have our 3-star Angelmon, just use it as fodder material. Next time you're turning a max level 3-star into a 4-star, just use your 3-star Angelmon. Not really a tip, that's what these guys are meant for. So if you were wondering, That's all these guys are good for. You can go ahead and level your Angelmon up, and then you can turn it into a 4-star, and then you can feed that 4-star to a max level 4-star if you want. It really doesn't make a big difference. He's going to take the same amount of experience to level up as, let's say, your Lizard Man is. So whichever one you choose, it doesn't matter. But another user, anyways, was telling me there's another player for the PC. I think it's called Androix, it starts with Android, and I'm gonna try that here. This is still BlueStacks that I'm using, and it can be kind of slow and cumbersome, especially when I'm doing some of these power ups here. This just you guys have seen I have problems trying to move through this stuff. Sometimes it acts all funny and goes back and forth. So I'm going to try that new program. I'm going to post a video on that. But to that person who was asking how did you get BlueStacks to work, well, if BlueStacks isn't working for you, check out my other videos and look for that comment on the other program for the PC that lets you play Android games. Maybe it's going to work better. But I'll let you know more on that in the next video. So I'm going to go ahead, sign off here, and I'm going to work on just farming some Giants Keep here. And then I'm going to speed it up for you guys, and you guys, well, hopefully that'll be useful for some people. Thanks for watching, guys. Lots of great comments. I'm starting to get a lot more subscribers, and I really appreciate it. There's going to be lots more great videos coming up. This one, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10 stars. It's kind of mediocre here. Take care, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Talk to you guys later. Thanks.